Welcome back to this year's Halloween Spooktacular. Today I'm going to be talking about Corpse Bride, an animated Tim Burton movie. Probably one of the most Tim Burton movies to ever Tim Burton. Make sense of that, if you will. Corpse Bride is really good. I don't want to say it's as good as something like Nightmare Before Christmas. It's definitely better than Frankenweenie, and I think a lot of that has to do with the characters and the voice acting. The characters in this movie are really, really good, and Johnny Depp voices the main character, Victor, who marries the wrong bride. He marries a dead bride instead of the arranged marriage that he set up in, and it makes for some really cool trickery, and Johnny Depp just nails the British accent, and I like the main character. He has a lot going for him. He's very timid. He's not very sure of himself. He's afraid because he's never met this girl before in his life, and he's like, what? It's an arranged marriage. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do if I don't like her? And it's just things like that that really get the movie going. This movie has a few songs as well. I think that's actually the big detriment to Corpse Bride, is that the songs are good when you watch the movie and you're listening to them as you're watching the movie. The moment the movie ends, though, it has that effect where, like, okay, what do the songs sound like and what were they actually about? That's my only issue I think I have with Corpse Bride, is that the songs aren't very memorable in the end. I can't even think of the beat of any song. I can't think of like the actual main lyrics of any of the songs. There's quite a handful of them. It's not a full-blown musical. This movie's 77 minutes. There's about 4 songs in the movie, and they're all good. I remember thinking they're all good, and I heard Christopher Lee, he does a voice in this movie, singing, and it's awesome. That man was in a heavy metal band up until the day he died when he was 93. Christopher Lee is a legend, but they just don't stand out to me. They're not memorable. I can't hum a single one. It's not like This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, that song is so iconic, and maybe that's why I don't remember any of the songs in this, because you're holding that to such a high standard, and you're trying to hold this movie to such a high standard like we did with Nightmare Before Christmas, and comparing the two, which you probably shouldn't compare the two, but they both are Tim Burton properties, even if Tim Burton didn't direct that one. So, yeah, the songs, they're good. They're really good when you watch the movie. What the hell do they even sound like now? The stop motion for 2005 was really, really good. This is really great animation. It's a different animation style. Not a lot of movies were made with this animation style back in 2005. And it completely captures that gothic feel that a movie like this should capture. For instance, you feel like you're watching souls come back to life when you watch that movie Coco, because it has a lot of themes about the dead and the dead coming back to life, how the dead might actually be alive and communicating with the dead. Obviously, you're communicating with the dead in this movie, and Helena Bonham Carter voices the dead bride, which is why it's called Corpse Bride. So you have all of that. I just think that putting a gothic spin on it, to having it take place in, like, what is it, the late 1800s, where when you watch a movie or you see pictures from back then, it still has that gothic vibe to it. It just adds so much to this movie. And there's a lot of jokes in here for adults that'll go over kids' heads because of that gothic feeling. I can see kids watching this and being like, this town looks a little too creepy. The animation looks a little too creepy. I'm scared as hell. Maybe that's the idea. This could be considered like a gateway horror for some kids, could relatively scare them, but not to the extent that something like The Exorcist is going to. Would you show your 5-year-old The Exorcist? No, you'd probably show them Corpse Bride. They'd get freaked out a little bit, and that has to do with the gothic feeling, the animation style. It all blends in and meshes so well in a movie like this. I'm gonna give Corpse Bride an A. It's a really good movie, guys. The songs hold it back from being perfect, if you ask me. So if you have seen Corpse Bride, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. I will leave my link to my website in the description below as well. Stay tuned for more reviews and a big retrospective coming very soon to this Halloween Spooktacular. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.